Okay. And then these demos that I'm going to be doing, I'm going to record them and then put them on Google Classroom. So if any of you guys need to see it over and over again to understand it, you can. Okay. All right. So, oh, this is the one I used already, so maybe that will be confusing. I need to get another one. So I'm trying to use up the ones that have the blue tabs so that you guys don't have to deal with these. I already made a mess over here, but that's okay as long as you wipe it up, okay? So remember I told you the blue tabs, the eye drops don't work, so I'm just going to pour out just a little bit. I think you can see it, okay? Just a little bit. You don't need a lot. Okay, if you accidentally pour out too, well, you shouldn't have to pour out anything because everybody's eye drop should work. All right. All right, is everybody looking? Okay. So you're going to create values with ink today. And you can see the water here. So pay attention because this part, once you get it, you understand it, but this has some instructions here. Maybe I'll put this over here, okay? So this is my darkest ink. I need this. I'm going to soak my brush with ink and I'm going to swipe. So whenever I say swipe, it means that it's just like this, swipe. Now, if you can't see from where you're sitting, please move because I know that for some of like this area, I know that I'm kind of standing in front of the screen. Okay, so anyway, do this and then swipe. So I'm going to do this twice. Eyes on the board, please. Do not talk. Okay. I'm going to do this once from talking, and my 5th period and 6th period, while I'm talking, I got a little confused. So it's not gonna make sense maybe the first time, but I'll do it second time without talking. Yeah, one swipe, and then here's my darkest ink. Okay, don't do that. Okay, make sure that you have a good amount of thickness. Now, this is where you get the value. Do not take your brush back to the dark value. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my brush in the water, dunk it once, go to the next one and swipe. Go in again, you're going to do it twice, swipe, and then I'm going to mix. I'm going to swipe. Okay. And it should be a little bit lighter. Okay. And then I'm going to dunk it in again. I'm going to go to my 3rd tray. Again, mix, swipe. Here's my 3rd. Dunk in. Swipe. How many times am I dunking my brush to move on to the next one? Twice. Okay. Dunking again. Okay, and that should be my lightest one. Now, some of you guys might have this issue where you're going to, let's see, maybe that's too dark. That's okay. Okay, you're going to dunk it in, and then you're going to have this. Right? There's a lot of ink on here, and this is gonna, I don't know, can you guys see that it's shimmering? Well, there's like, you see that? There's just liquid on top here, and that's gonna probably take about good 5 minutes for it to dry because it's got way too much ink in there. Okay? What did I forget to do before I applied it on the paper? Swipe it. So make sure that once you put it in here, you swipe it. Okay, and then you put it on here, and then it should be dry. Like all this is dry. See, it's dry. This, if I still do this, you see that? It's not dry. Okay, and then look, this one is dry already. So they've got too much ink on here, and this is going to create some issues later on when everything is due, and you put it in the box, and it's going to stick, and it's going to roll around like it's going to. Okay, you see how it's dripping right here? Okay. So anyway, it's going to bleed into all your other stuff. Now I'm going to do the second one without talking so you can just kind of see the process. Bless you. Right. I got my one. I got my lightest value here. Okay, now let's say you accidentally get like a dark value in between. I don't know, for some reason some of you guys are going over and over. The more you go over something, the darker it's just going to get. So let's say you have something like this. Unfortunately, you need to have a value that's consistent. So all you need to do is just put an X over it and then put another one here, do another one. So you need 6 values. You can look over there. Okay, this got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 good ones. And if you do 6 here and then let's say like 2 are bad, then just move on to the next page and do that. Okay. Now, do you see how my tray is completely full? Okay. All you need to do is just remember where my dark values are. I think it's this one. So you're just going to go over and you're just going to clean your brush. All you have to do is just clean your brush and then do this. Okay. Clean your brush really well. And you're just using exactly what you had on here before. So you don't have to remake anything. Oh, okay, I need to keep track of where no, this is my dark one. Oh, I think that I accidentally was using this for this. But anyway, so we're looking for 1, 2, 3, this was an accident, 4, 6 good ones, okay? Any questions on what's going on? Okay, take only 1 or 2 sheets at a time because you might accidentally spill on top of it. And you can also write your name with your brush. The top right hand corner, that's fine. You can just do that because you're going to staple all of this and turn it in. All right, let's get our materials. Oh, you want to give it to the gallery because I might get it mixed up here. So let's say you try the first round and it doesn't work, and try the second round, it doesn't work. Just raise your hand. It's just because you probably missed a step, and then that's all it is. So try not to do any whining. Just try it a couple of times, and then just raise your hand, and I'll do as many demos as you need. What's that? I didn't hear what you said. No, because you didn't put it back, and I have to put it back for you. Yeah. Is it close or something? You want to try it one more time? Make sure you put it back this time? Okay. How many of you guys want to try to do this with me? Doing a demo. Oh, you got it?
I don't know. I still want it.
Oh wait, hold on. This is even more important. Oh, you guys, I told you that this was dirty, so we got to back up here. Sorry. I didn't give you guys the here. So table 1 needs to. We got to back up. Yeah, let's dump that out. You guys need to get new water. You're not swiping, that's why you got puddles. Yes.
I'm just waiting to brush off.
It sounds like you might need a demo. I can do a demo like right now. Okay? Alright, Priscilla, if you think you messed up?
Well, no, on the paper, I just poured too much. I was trying to
It's okay. You can use a dropper to put it back in. Alright. So, I'm doing a demo for Lavarius, and if anybody else wants to do this, like work with me, you can. So, Lavarius, can you see that I don't have any ink here? Well, oh, this is really dark. So I don't have any ink here. So I know that this is my dark ink right here, okay? So that's my pure ink. I just put some in there. Let's pretend that everything is clean, right? So I do this, I swipe. Here's my darkest ink, right? And then I'm going to go in here and get water twice. Once, twice. I'm going to swirl it around, swipe. That's my second, okay? I'm going to go in, dunk it twice, swipe, swipe, and here's my third. Move it, dunk it twice, swipe, and this is my lightest one right here. Okay? Does that make sense? So I have ink in just one. I start with one puddle. So let's say you try it once and twice and you're not getting a consistent value. Raise your hand. I will do a demo for you, a group of people. Some of you guys might have to just roll on and do this with it.
I know what's going on.
So just raise your hand, and now remember, you don't have to start on a new page, right? Just put an X on the ones you don't want me to, because you really don't want to go through 10 different pages, because you're going to have to staple all of them. So don't worry about it if the pages are not really right. All right, raise your hand who needs a demo. Yeah, I can do a demo. Yeah. Sam, watch this demo. Jamari, watch this demo. Um, okay. All right, so I'm putting ink here, just a little bit. I don't need a lot. So this is my darkest ink. Soak, swipe, and here's the darkest value. Dunk once, swipe, dunk twice, swipe, mix, swipe, my second value. Dunk once, dunk twice, mix, swipe, third value. Dunk once, dunk twice, swipe, fourth value. Dunk once, dunk twice, swipe, fifth value. Okay? It's kind of like a one-time painting. You don't want to go over that area more than once because it will just get darker. Yes?
Oh my God.
Okay, it seems like it's kind of working, so that's what you have to try. How's it going over here?
Why you going there with me, bro? Oh,
So Keanu, after that try, right, if it doesn't work out, which you can't because you really don't have any values. So let me know. Feeling better? Feeling better? Good. Okay, so let me do this. So where's your darkest ink? That one? Next time what I want you to do is go this direction. Okay? So once you get some water. Pour out the water here. Uh-oh. Oh, jeez. So remember only half full. Alright, Karen, I'm doing a demo for
Jamari, so watch. Alright. So Jamari, just like you, I have one side that already has ink, so I'm going to leave this area alone, okay? So what I'm going to do you think that if you stand next to me, you'll see better too? Yeah? Alright, Keanu, are you watching? Come a little bit closer. Okay, so this is my darkest ink, right? So what I'm going to do you want to come up too? You can come up to see it a little bit closer. Okay, so I'm doing this. This is my darkest ink. Swipe. That's my darkest ink, okay? I need 2 dunks of water. Swipe. Need 2 dunks of water here. 2 dunks of water. Okay. Now, the reason that it might not be getting lighter is because you might be accidentally going back here over again. So once you use this for the first row, do not ever go back here. Or if you do, what do you think is going to happen to all of these if you go back to the same? Yeah, they're going to just stay dark. You just need a little bit of, you know, to go through it. So why don't you try it again? What do you think? How about this? You tell me. You too, Keanu. Come over here. What do you think you were doing? Which part is a little bit more clear now?
Going around.
Right. Okay. What about you, Keanu? What's a little bit more clear now?
I was going back to that first.
First one? Yeah. Don't go back to the first one. Right. Now, once you have these values, you do not need to create new whole values, because once you have it, I don't need to make a whole, because I already have it here. So what I'm going to do is get some water, clean it off. Oh, can you push the space bar? I need to take that off. I have my two values. Let's go to the second one. So this was my darkest one. So I'm going to the second one, swipe, clean my brush, go to my third one, swipe, clean my brush, swipe, clean my brush, and this one, swipe. Yep, so here's all my values. If you accidentally have this where it goes dark, medium, and dark and light, it's just all over the place, it's not consistent, just put an X on it and just move on to the next one. I was able to fit 8 on this page, so you really shouldn't have to go on to the next. Get another piece of paper. Let's test out, let's see. Your darkest dark is not very dark. Yeah. Yeah. What happened? Let me test out your dark. Here, hold this.
Sometimes we lose track of when my darkest dark.
Come on.
I understand you guys didn't have this up, but now like, you're taking a whole, like, picture into another level.
We gotta add 6, like 06. Huh? So then what we do next? Miss Sean. Miss Sean. Miss Sean. Miss Sean. Excuse me. Miss Sean. What?
We're doing a private.
Oh, wait, Miss Sean. Miss Sean.
All right.
Miss Sean. So what we do after we get, after we got sick?
Yeah, six good one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a demo. Give me a second.
Jealous.
I think it's the way, because I think it's like, when they go, they like kind of sliding in a little bit. But yours still looks like
Oh, I see.
My shit go crazy.
going down.
You guys come like so tired.
Yeah.
Started
You do
like
this
four
over and
times.
over and over again, right? And you're gonna
I didn't like that.
Close your mouth.
Now, whenever we have this, I usually 1, 2, I don't know which one, I don't know if it's like,
Chilling outside.
I'm talking to you.
Garbage tag trick.
Okay, this is where you're gonna do it. You can do a demo for you too? Do a demo for her. Yeah.
Am I good?
I will let you a second.
Right.
Here, here.
I didn't like
I want you to relocate yourself and come sit over here because I'm gonna have her, because I'm a little.
She said, no, she knows.
Yeah, after you relocate.
Am I doing something?
That's fine. As long as it's changing. Hey, as long as it doesn't look like this where you go from dark, medium, and it goes back to darker, like it needs, as long as it has a transition, it should be fine. All right, Essie, I want you to help, okay, and give demo to Jamari as you're working, okay, because he's gonna, and there's some other people who are gonna need some help, extra help, okay? It's better to understand that you need help right now. How's Kiana doing?
Oh no, I ain't even check on
Go check on it.
him. He's doing well.
Yeah, okay. All right, the second page demo.
I'm gonna do this first, I'm gonna do this demo on the second page. When he gets back, I need you to.
Get him, coach.
So we got the big
Good, these look good. What happened to that?
Accidentally go over it. All right, you're gonna create thick to thin lines. A lot of you guys might end up using this for the hair design, so pay attention here. Alright, so this is my darkest value here. The reason I know it's my darkest value because I went 5 this way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I went 5 this way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that means that I should have one empty. So directly across from it, that should be my darkest value. Okay. So you're going to do thick to thin lines. So if you see page 2 up there, for those of you who are paying attention to my red laser dot right here, we're doing page 2 here. Okay? So what you're going to do is create thick to thin lines. And this is the part where you're going to also need some, everybody watching? Okay. Demo number 2, or page 2 demo. Okay. All right. So what you're going to do is get your brush, dunk it once, swipe, and then it depends. I'm going to do it both ways. For those of you who like to start from the top and go down, you can do it like this. Or for those of you who like to start from the top and bottom and go up, that's fine too. Whatever works for you. So this is my darkest value here. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create dark. Can you even see this? No, you can't even see it. Look. So I'm going to go from dark, so I'm going to just fan it out a little bit. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to twist it to get to be thin. Okay? All right, I'm going to do it again. My darkest value, look. And then you're going to that. So all it is, let me show you. All it is where you're fanning it out, right? And then you're just going to slowly turn the brush to create your thin line. You're just going to turn it. So you need to make sure that as you're dragging it, you just turn it a little bit. So this is my thick area. And if I turn it, do you see how it's thin? Thick here and thin. So you're going to do this with 3 dark values. Clean my brush. Go to my second lightest value, which is, this is my darkest, so I'm going to jump 1, and I'm going to go to the second one. And for those of you who have a better control on this, what you can do, you can have it go in many different directions if you want to. Oops. Pay attention to where you're dipping your brush. Okay. And then after you're done with that, you're going to do your lightest value. And if you can do it, uh-oh. I need to turn. This is my lightest value. And that's my lightest value, and I can go this direction. I need another space. If you can put them next to each other, that's really helpful. So if you can go from dark, medium, and light, like the example that I have over there, you can do that. See if you can try to figure out where things go before you just kind of plop things on here. Okay? All right, let's try it out now. Oh, I forgot to tell you what not to do. This is what you don't want to do. It's just this. That's not thick to thin. Or, you know, like doing this, and then I can tell it needs to be just one stroke. So this is not a good example. Okay? One continuous thick to thin line. Okay? All right. Let's try the second page. And if you need to see a better example, it's on the board. This is probably not the, I'm going to try to do another one because this is not the best example.
Yeah, do it. Well, you have to do it by shades of color too?
Yeah, so 3 dark, 3 medium, and 3 light.
We have to do it
Charles.
like that.
Charles. Okay. I need you to respect, okay, my expectations with your language. Okay, even if you're like talking to yourself, but that's not the type of language I want you to use in this class. Okay? All right. Yes. You want me to do a demo? Yeah, if you go up and look at the exam, it's just 3 dark, 3 medium, 3 light. Yeah. Kiana, did you have a question? No? Okay. I thought you did, sorry.
The body, you want both of you, you guys want you want to do it, because you guys have you see it right over there? It's your first time working with ink, it's new to you. So it's just like if you were to write your name for the first time in kindergarten. Riding the bike for the first time. You just have to figure it out as you go. Alright, raise your hand if you need another demo. Okay, I will do it. Alright, so this is my darkest dark. You watching? Alright, so I'm going to go from dark, fan it out, and I'm just turning the brush. Okay. Fan it out, turn the brush. Okay. Fan it out, turn the brush. Okay. Now, as I'm doing this, the secret is that I have my hand. Okay. This is probably why Ashton and some other you guys, your lines are a little shaky, because I have my hand on the table. If I try to do this in the air, I'm going to be shaking my hand a little bit. So I have my hand on the table as I'm doing this. So I'll go to my second value. Okay, turn. Oh, that's not very dark. Oh, it's a little bit lighter, right? A little bit. I think I need to make it lighter. Fan it out, and then turn. Fan it out. Turn. Yeah, everyone could work on the end part. So like Charles and yeah. So you don't want it to end as a stump. Here, let me show you. You don't want it to end like this, where it just kind of ends kind of like that. You want it to end where it kind of disappears. Okay? So this is not good. Yeah, or you can do it on the side, or just do a second page. So Jaden, make sure that the end is, try to get it like this, and if you need a demo, let me know, okay? So most of you guys are getting this part, but then when it comes to the end right here, you're not sure how to make the line sharp and really thin. I can do more demos. So some of you guys I'm noticing, like Jolena, you're starting from the bottom and up. It's a lot easier, I think it's a lot easier if you start from the top. Let's see, if you start from the top and then work your way down. Let me try to do one that starts from the bottom and up. Because our hand naturally, I think, just moves a certain direction. Omari.
I don't know.
You don't, yeah, it might have looked fine. Maybe half of it would have, you know, so like, you want to keep it.
I tried that way. That's not mine.
Oh, you tried it both ways?
This how it came out. I don't think.
You mean you tried from the bottom?
No, I tried from the top. I did from the bottom, and this how.
Oh, okay. Then just keep practicing from the bottom then.
What do you say?
Charles, I think for you, all you need to do is just keep your hand. Are you keeping your hand on the table when you're doing this? Like, look, if I had it, look at the difference. If I had my hand up here, it's easy. Do you see how it's even hard for me to like keep it? But if you have it on the table, it's a little bit more consistent. At least I think it's a little bit more consistent. Then it shouldn't be shaking.
How many is that?
So you're doing 3 dark, 3 medium, and 3 light. So if you're running out of ink, yeah, see? That's one of your better ones. But I saw you doing this. You were this, and then you kind of were like this, and you know, just you're figuring it out. It's better. So Kendall, your ends look like this. So you want to try not to. Yours is just like a rainbow, like going off the page. Here, look. Just try this. Look, you fan it out and just slowly turn the brush, and then less pressure towards the top. If you do this, look. Do this. You see how I'm just still putting too much pressure?